back to Ashford Gordon from the beginning. This week, we'll take a look at my son, Gabriel Gordon's beginning on the guitar. In 1976, we were living in upstate New York in Vales Gate near Newburgh, just as Gabriel turned 6. One afternoon, as I'm practicing guitar, he sticks his head in my room and asks if he could talk with me for a minute. He asked if I could teach him to play the guitar. What followed has been a revelation for all the intervening years. Like all parents who love their children, I wanted to give Gabriel as much support and encouragement as possible, but I also knew that this might well be a curiosity that would soon pass. So I determined to give him something challenging to learn that would satisfy his immediate desire, but might prove to be discouraging in its rigor. I showed him the 5-note pentatonic blues scale and how it repeated itself across the fretboard. I thought, that'll keep him busy for a while. But wonder of wonders, about 2 weeks later, he came to me and said, "Dad, I wrote a song." Somewhat startled, I listened carefully and found that while it was very simple, it did have a beginning, a middle, and an end, causing me to think that I should invest the time to give Gabriel a fuller overview of the instrument and how it works, just as Willie Dixon had done for me in 1968 in San Francisco's Golden Gate Park on Hippie Hill. I was a few months into playing guitar, and having hit a plateau with no way to advance, I determined I would go to Golden Gate Park, just above the Panhandle, to Hippie Hill, where all manner of musicians frequented during the day. I opened my guitar case and waited for someone to show me something that could help me push past this plateau. It was mid-afternoon when a large black man in a stingy-brimmed hat, a crisp white shirt, bold tie, and an iridescent suit came strolling up the path toward me. He asked if I knew how to play the guitar, and I responded that I did not, but I was hoping someone would show me a little something today. Then he introduced himself, all 300 pounds, as Willie Dixon, blues musician in town for a concert appearance. He explained that he liked to take a fresh air walk in the afternoon before a gig, as he felt the walk and the fresh air sharpened his mind. I was astounded at my good fortune and eagerly offered my guitar to Mr. Dixon. After playing a few riffs, Willie gave me the same 5-note pentatonic scale that I would give Gabriel 8 years later. As I absorbed the scale over the weeks and months ahead, I had an epiphany. My eyes were suddenly opened to the interconnected nature of the guitar fretboard. The guitar made sense to me. I am largely a savant with the instrument, as other than that moment with Willie Dixon, I'd never been susceptible to teaching. I literally must learn on my own, or I just do not get it. Well, in this case, I got it to the degree that 30 years later, on the deck of Eric Erickson's while performing Willie's song, Dead Presidents, a well-dressed black couple approached me on the break to say they were members of Willie's family, and that they had heard that his music was being played in Ventura. They thanked me for aiding in keeping his music alive. I replied that I wasn't alone in playing Willie's music, that in many towns all over the country, there were others who appreciated Willie's genius and his sheer artistic output. Now back to Gabriel's start with the guitar. Gabriel was, unlike me, able to receive instruction. So as he progressed, he developed at a rapid rate, at least in my experience. Thus, just 4 years into his learning curve, he was able to take the chord charts I wrote for him and play my own songs along with me, improving over time until he could play without me leading him. And believe me, these songs were not simple. This experience gave rise to a desire between us to work together at some point in the future. While that point had to wait quite a while, as his career went from the Soup Dragons to more than 17 years with Natalie Merchant. And while we gigged together more than a few times, with Gabriel playing bass to cover a few dates with me, to playing first guitar whenever I needed him and his schedule permitted. At one point, I guested for him at multiple shows in LA at the Mint, the Joint, the Dragonfly, and Genghis Cohen. But what we really wanted to get to was a CD project together. Sometime after Y2K, the year 2000, Gabriel proposed that we start our project with 6 of my songs and 6 of Gabriel's, with each of us playing bass on each other's songs while the other played guitar. He bested me there though, as we had Hutch Hutchinson on 2 of his tunes and himself on 2 others. But I was very pleased with the outcome of our project, Planetary Man, released on the Surprise Truck imprint in 2002. Now, to give you a taste of our work together, here are my compositions: Contender for the Crown, featuring Steve Reffling on first guitar, David Goodstein on drums, David Rollicke on horns, Gabriel Gordon on bass, rhythm guitar, backing vocal, and myself on second guitar and vocals, followed by a track off of Gabriel's first album, News for You, featuring Gabriel Gordon on guitars and vocals, and yours truly on vocals.
All the time, he never carried no trapdoors in his mind. The kingdom don't know you. The force has exposed you, but you've got the stars for a sign. Some power while you laying it down, cleaning up your act by making the round. You're a contender for the crown, contender for the crown. On every hand. Finally, I found me. I'm making my way to the stand. The kingdom don't know me. The force has exposed me, but I've got the stars for a sign. I'm a contender for the crown, picking up some power while I'm laying it down, cleaning up my act by making the round. I'm a contender for the crown, contender for the crown. Exposed you, but you've got the stars for a sign. I'm a contender for the crown, picking up some power while I'm laying it down, cleaning up my act by making the round. I'm a contender for the crown.
change the face you were for me. When you looked in the mirror, there was a face you could not stand to see. I know you've been fooling around, but now you've had it, baby. Oh, your time has come, and all your lovers are now on the run. I've got news for you. There's a new fool outside your door, and he's a different man than you've ever known before. I've got news for you, for you. Gathering clouds in the sky, gathering tears in your eyes. Didn't come to laugh at you, I sure didn't come to collect what's due. Came to lend you my hand. Please stop laughing, won't you understand? I have loved you all along, and a love like mine can't be wrong. I've got news for you. There's a new fool outside your door, and he's a different man than you've ever known before. I've got news for you.
I have been watching you. I'm watching a long, long time. No matter what you do or may say, you will always be mine. Hold on, I'm coming. In the fire and the rain, no matter that it may storm, hold on, I'm coming again.
I've got news for you. There's a new foe outside your door, and he's a different man than you've ever known before. I've got news for you, for you, for you.
Looking ahead to next week's episode, where we will review the 2 heart attacks in 2001 and 2002, my subsequent nearly 3-year recovery, and my return to the stage with Big Mike Golden and the marvelous Front Street Prophets. See you next week for another Ashford Gordon Throwback Thursday. Bye.
but walked in. He sat right down, said there's a lot of pain in this town. I was wondering while he spoke if he realized that it sounded like a joke. But sis, that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is.